Good morning. Hello, 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 and welcome to Bma's Crafty Corner. I'm Bma, better known as Els. And this is my mess, so give me a minute and I'll get it all picked up. I have been die cutting my little heart out here and trying to get stuff ready to do stuff. I have no plan for today. Yeah. No plan. But let me get all of my dies, my die cuts picked up, and then, we can do stuff. We'll figure something out. I don't know. Behave yourselves, or I'll just sit here and cut dies for an hour. Kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. So, how's everybody doing today? Good morning, Miss Arlene. Hello, Marie. How you doing? I got your info, honey. I'm going to go ahead and put you on the list. All right, I think that's all of those. Yes, okay. They need to go in the box. Let me grab the box. Books. Okay, that's all. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind because I had a visitor this morning. This does not belong in here, but I'm putting it in here anyway because I'm going to use them all together. So none of these belong together. It's 3 different sets of dies. I will sort them out later. Why? Because I meant to have this mess picked up before y'all got here. Okay, that's out of my way. All right. So, I got some stuff from Temu yesterday. Yeah. Ugh. I gotta put stuff where it belongs. Here we go. Okay. So I got some stuff from Temu yesterday. Whole pile of stuff. I will show you guys. So I got these. Temu has changed in that when you order stuff now, you have to order you can't order just like one set of these in the color that you want. You have to order like the whole package. So I have Deciduous, which is fruits, garden party, girl sewing, travel collection, Twilight handmade, and forest style. And these are like all banners. And they're the good stickers. Temu is starting to catch on that we do not like the PET stickers. So they're starting to make, better ones. Problem is that I ordered 4 packs of these for a project and they're PET. And it didn't say that in the thing. So I'll deal with those later. Then I got these. It's called Metal Imprint. This was the only one they had that I liked. And these are embossed. They're paper stickers, like thin cardstock, but they're embossed, and I love them. We've used these before, not this particular one, but we used the you guys know the nature one. And then there's these. Again, these are they're the cardstock stickers. So they're thicker and they're embossed. And I like them. These look like they're needle pointed. Let me show you. So, but they're embossed, and I love them. So I got those. Now this one, you could buy just the ones you wanted. So I bought 2 sets, and I don't even know what they're called, but one is called Bloom, and the other one is something else. I don't remember, but one's like flowers, and the other one's they're like the same thing, but one's green and one's pink. Okay, and then I ordered these, and this again came as a 6-piece set. The problem with that is that there's things that we use, and there's things we don't use on the regular. Butterflies we would use, yes, but bows, No, probably not. There's some flowers. We would use those, but we're not going to use doilies, like that kind of doily. And then there's more flowers. So I would probably want to order like the flowers and the butterflies, but not the rest of these. And this one was actually, I didn't pay for this one. This one was this one was sent by a competitor of the one shop that I usually buy from. And it came with a note, you know, hey, check out our product. And, you know, because they're trying to get me to carry it in my shop. But when I looked on their ad, you have to buy the 6-pack. So you get one of each of 6. So for me to have any significant inventory, first off, instead of being able to go, okay, I want 3 of these and 3 of these, I would have to buy 3 whole sets. And then I'd end up with like 9 pieces I don't need. So that's not going to happen. And then I got these. These are like corners. Again, they're that paper sticker. They're embossed. They're really pretty. Let me see if I can get that to focus. Nope, it does not want to focus. Well, fine. Then we'll just take one out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Ooh. Really pretty. Okay. And I got 3 sets of those. I got, and again, this was a collection, but I did buy these. I got the white one that's like, it's vintage looking. Then I got the butterfly one, and I got this blue one, and that's for a whole different reason. And then I got this, which is a paper set. Now, typically when I buy a paper set from Temu, I try to see if I can find it online in Etsy. If I can, then I buy from the actual designer. But this one I suspect is Stamperia. I suspect that this is from Stamperia. It has that look to it. In which case it is just a 6x6 of what should be a 12x12, and they just miniaturized it, which means almost everything in here except the solid paper is way too small to use for anything. But once I got it and I took a look at it, I thought, yeah, this is probably Stamperia. So I got that. Now, these, like I said, these are PET. Now, okay, you guys have seen me use PET, and there is a way to do it where you cut around the outside of it because the center is matte. Like the image itself is matte, but it's done on this plastic. So you can cut the PET, you know, cut around it and use the image. But yeah, I'm just not real happy because the ad didn't say anything about these being PET. As a matter of fact, I'm really careful when I look at things like this on Temu. If it says PET, or if I look at the image, and I always try to like look at the pictures they have, and if I can see that line of plastic around them, I know they're PET and I pass on them. And I got these because I didn't see that line and it didn't say PET anywhere in the listing. So I've got them, and we're going to have to, I don't know. I'm going to get a refund for them because caca. All right. Now we do have 2 dies that we got like a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't cut them, and I do have the die machine sitting right here. So I thought maybe we would cut these. Let me get some scrap paper and we'll cut these suckers out, see how they cut. Oh, let's see, scrap paper. Oh, not 110, that's for sure. Okay, I got scraps. I got to find scraps that are big enough to actually cut them. Let's do the little one first. Yes, I am a big Temu freak. I carry Temu products in my store. Mostly because, you know, it's an easy way for me to be able to offer these things to other people at a less expensive price. Because let's face it, some of this stuff can get really expensive. All right. So let's run these and see. Now remember, no machine shaming. My machine is ugly and old, but she works. All right. Also today, that die cutting machine is going to go live. So if you're watching this back and you want to get a die cutting machine, you can pick one up in my shop today. It's the original red and white Sizzix Big Kick, which is the original version of this machine right here. It cuts these thin dies, and it does cut the cartridge dies, the original Sizzix cartridge dies. Oh, that's not. We're going to move that over and cut it again. I always cut these things twice, and I only went through once with that one, so we'll do it again just to see. And I have to be honest with you, that thing cuts better than this thing does. Yeah. Okay, get that one. And then we're going to cut the inside piece. I'm not being a turd here, but, you know, it would be stupid if I didn't cut the image. So this is the matte piece for that one. So we're going to see how well it mattes, you know, as far as size and stuff. So yeah, at some point today, that, okay, that's not good. Oh, you know what? That's right where the thing is. I must have, yep, it's the same place on both sides. Okay. So this may not be the dies issue. It may be that I didn't take off the things. Okay. So I'll have to remember to go back and take those off. All right. So we're going to do that one first. That's that one. And then we'll cut the other one. Let me grab the other one. Hey, Rose. What's up, girlie? I didn't watch part 2 yet. It's in my playlist. Okay, so a couple of things. One, I didn't do it yesterday. Let me do it today. Just because I forgot. I'm sorry. Copy. Close that. We'll come over here. All right, so do me a favor, guys. This is Marie's channel. If you could go over there and sub to that, that would be fantastic. You know, we support each other, guys. We support each other. She doesn't have a lot of videos up. She doesn't have a lot of followers. Let's get that number up, okay? Y'all know the drill. Also, if you haven't watched Rose's video, go over and watch her video because she's going to explain to you how you can get in to the collab for the prizes. And I want you guys to have like all of the chances you can get to win prizes in this collab. So since my video doesn't go live until the 23rd, and I haven't gotten off my lazy butt yet to do the video that I'm going to do, which says, hey, this is where you can, you know, this is the worst place. They put this in the worst place. It's right in this corner instead of like, you know, so it's like I'm having problems getting it out. But if I don't get it out of there, it could put a hole in the paper. Or it can cause a cutting issue, or any number of other things. Let me see if I can find my other pliers real quick. What the hell did I do with them? Arlene, did you steal my pliers again? It was Rose. It's always Rose. Rose steals everything. I was joking the other day with them. And I said, because the men die before we do, And so I was joking around with Michelle and Rose. And I said, one of these days, Michelle's husband's going to kick it. And she's going to call me, and I'm going to have to go and get her and bring her home with me, And then I'll get home, and then, and of course I'll have to tell Michelle, whatever fits in this truck is what you can have. Everything else stays here. If you saw Michelle's craft room, you would understand. And then, I'll get home, and then Rose will call and tell me that her husband's passed. So I'll have to go and get her too. But she's easy. I just go and pick up her trailer, because her craft room's in a trailer. So, she just throws some clothes in there and off we go. But I was joking around. I said, then we'll have the basement will be one giant craft room, and I'll come down and go, hey, which one of you biatches took my big bite? And they'll be like, because they're both very disorganized. And I am very organized. So I would be like, hey, I know it was one of you two because it's missing. I'll be honest though, to be really honest, I did lose something the other day. It was really impressive that I lost something, because I don't often lose things. This piece of paper is not going to work because it's not long enough. I need a bigger piece of paper. Hold on. Do I have a scrap that big? Shit, if I don't. It's got to be long and wide, and I thought that was going to do it. Here, this will work. The flowers will be sideways, but I don't care. Do you care? I don't give a crap. Yeah? Okay, that'll work. All right, so we're going to put that on there. I am using the Magic Mat, not for, any specific reason other than the Magic Mat works really good with these metallic papers, and I'm using metallic papers right now. Don't get me started. It's not my first choice. It was not what I wanted, but it also gets out all these little things. That's cool too. Okay. All right. So that's another scrap of paper off to the side. I'll put this back in here, and we will, decide if we're going to put this in our repertoire. Okay. Let's get rid of this guy. Yeah, I just nudged you under the bus. I didn't throw you. Okay. All right. So let's look at this one first. I know it's the second one we did, but let's do it first. Okay. So one piece up here at the top did not come out very well. The rest of them actually came out before I even pulled it. Who is these? Hold on. Who is these? These. Oh, hold on a second. Tina's making some really, they're gorgeous little sleds for her neighbors for Christmas, like they're decorations. And so she just sent me a picture of one. I can't show you guys because I don't know if she would be upset if I showed you. Your Magic Mat has forgotten how to be magic. But they're really cute. So she just sent me a picture. She's like, what do you think this needs? Because she knows it needs something. She's looking at it going, it needs something. All right, so that's that one. And yeah, it looks like it cut, like everything came out. Now, I can't tell you if that's the Magic Mat or if that's the, but I'm going to ink this. Sorry, we're inking it whatever I've got on my desk, which happens to be our vintage walnut photo, just so you guys can see the edges on here and we can see what the mat looks like. Now, as far as these, I was thinking I might actually use this because I have a lot of paper pads, 12 by 12 paper pads. So I was thinking I might actually use this die to cut a bunch of these out of the same paper pads and put them on a base color and then sell them as ring bound journal cards in the, you know, so that you can make like a little ring bound book. So we're going to glue this down. I know, glue. It's going to take forever. We're going to glue this down and just see. Because I want to see the lines. Now, if I used a more contrasting color, you'd probably be able to see these little designs a lot better, but I didn't. I used pink. It was what I grabbed. And these, you know, this was by the other one. So I went, okay, there's two pieces. And I pulled them. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And it's actually kind of cute. I like it. It cuts really nice. Oh, okay. I can show it. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys what she's doing so you understand, because it's hard for me to explain it. So she's making these little sleds for all her neighbors. Let me see if I can get that to focus a little better. There we go. And they're stinking adorable. Oh my God, they're cute. Cute as sin. But she's making them for her neighbors. I know, it would be cute. Like if I did like a set of these with like the same color backgrounds, and we did like, and I got to tell you, I didn't notice it on the die, but yeah, that is actually got a score line right there. So if you wanted to staple this or something instead of putting it in rings, you could do that. That would be cute. But I was thinking, you know, like if you get a pad, and I don't actually have a 12 by 12 pad here, but you know, I have a lot of 12 by 12 pads. And so I thought, you know, I could cut like base color and then cut like a pad's worth of these. And then that's how I could list them by the pad so that people could get it by the pad they wanted. I like it. All right. So that's the first one that we got. We've had them for like, I don't know, like a month. We just haven't done anything. And this one's the very basic one. Now, I do know that I do have a project for this. It's going to be one of the quarterly projects for the Patreons. So I already knew that. All right. So this one, we're going to look. This one came out nice. It shows it as having a stitch line border, but that did not translate to this piece. And I think that might be because it's very, very close to the cut line, to the blade. So you really can't see it on here. I'm going to try inking it and see if it comes up. Nah, it's not coming up. So it does not have the stitch line. We'll look on the base piece and see if it has a stitch line on the base piece. All right, I don't see a stitch line there. I do see there's a stitch line on here. I don't know that you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. But it does not translate onto, there's a little bit here and a little bit, I mean, it's there, but it's not very pronounced. But it's not on here at all. So I'm going to take it that stitch line might be a good, you know, it might be the guide where this thing fits. Let's put it right side up just for giggles. Huh? Nope. 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 It's not. But that's not a bad looking page. This one is just under 6. It's like 6 7/8, 5 7/8. Total overall size is about 3 1/4. But if you get rid of this part, it's 2 7/8 wide. Let's measure the other one just for gigglies. All right, so this one, overall size, is about 7 5/8. That's between 7 and a half and 7 1/4. Overall, we're looking at a widest point of 4 5/8. And without the on it, it is like 4.25. So decent size, especially for a ring. This is nice for a ring bound journal. It's a good size for that. You guys know I have big hands. Look. So, you know, it's easily as long as my hand and pretty much as wide as my hand too. So that was a pretty good one. This one's a little bit shorter than my hand and a little bit wider, a little bit narrower than my hand. So, but you know, still two cute dies. And I think we had one. Yeah, we had one more to do, and it's this one. And we'll do this one. Let me grab another piece of scrap. Okay. Come on, there has to be solid cardstock strapped around here someplace. That isn't 110 pounds. Nope. Okay. Not going to be able to do this one out of scrap. It's okay. Oh, you know what? I could probably do this out of I have scrap pack paper. And let's see, I'm going to need more than one. Nope, it'll cut out of one piece. Okay. Put this out. This is why I buy scrap packs, you know, the 1 pound. I'll show you. It's why I buy these. Because there's, you know, for when I'm doing stuff like this, I don't want to like waste cardstock if I don't have to. Because cardstock's freaking expensive. All right. So let's get the cutter up. This will be our third die today. I'm getting my workout, ladies. Yes, I think it would be. I think it's going to make fantastic ring downs. All right, so we have this one. We're going to cut this right there. This is the inside piece. And you could do a piece of vellum with this one too, by the way, I think. Like, you know, like if you had like a blue sky vellum to put behind it, I think it would be fantastic. All right, let's get this out of here. So that's one over and back with that die. We're going to see how it cuts. Okay, here we go. All right, so the base cut out pretty good. And this, we have to cut again. So this one, yeah, that didn't cut very well at all. And this part did, but the outside, this edge didn't. That's okay. So we'll take all these pieces out. And then in order to actually get the frame, we have to use this part too. This is a 2-step die. Oh, that's not going to work. So we'll put that on there because it needs to be recut because it's not cut very well. Eek. All right, so put that there. See if we can get that piece out. I may have to do this one all over again. Yep, gonna have to do this one all over again. Okay, I screwed that one up. I screwed the pooch. All right. You got a Posca. All right, we're gonna do it this way. Okay, close enough. As long as they're not laying on top of each other, we're good. Okay, over and back. Okay. Okay, so 2 shots works better than 1. There's your frame out. And then, like I said, if you have a piece of, and I don't know that I have any, but we're going to look real quick because it may be in the other room, and in which case I'm not going to go searching for it, but yeah, I don't think I have any vellum out here right now. Wait, what am I talking about? I do have vellum out here. I have my specialty papers out because I was using them for the holidays, which means I do have some vellum. Woo. I even have a piece of blue vellum. Leave it to me to, decide I'm going to test a die and then have to cut actual paper. All right. I'm telling you, there's a reason why Hubbard keeps a shop vac under my desk. It's because I'm a disaster. All right, so we're going to cut the outside frame on this. Put that through. 1. I don't think I want to. There we go. The clunk tells you when you get to the end. That's what it's there for. Okay, so we got a piece of vellum. Get this out of the way. That out of the way. Get this. Get this. Oh my goodness, look at that. Yeah, the metallic gold on the Poscas is fantastic. It is. It's very rich. It's like 1 coat coverage. It's fantastic. Okay, now that I've made a freaking mess, because, that's the way I am. I'm messy. I'm messy, messy, messy. All right. Okay, so this cut out really well. Normally I would use vellum tape on this, but I think it's too wide for the vellum tape, so we're just going to put a couple of dots of glue. At intersection points. And then let's put this on here. I like it. Yeah, crafting isn't beautiful unless you make a freaking mess, right? Okay, yeah, I like it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it on the board where it's been because it needs to go in the structures in the cabinet over there, and I'm not going to, not right now. Okay, so it's going to have to go in structures. And then these, I like this one. By the way, I have decided this quarters project is going to be, the quarterly project for the Patreons and for you guys is going to be the kit, quarterly kit, is going to be, if you're interested, it's going to be Poke Tools. So yeah, you're going to do a pokey jewel. So let's grab. All right, so we have one of our setups ready. This is probably going to be too big, but you know, fake it till you make it. All right, it just barely fits. All right, so we're going to put that on there, and we're going to add this one to our set of ones that we use on the regular. This one is going to have to go in the drawer.
Wait.
Easy, Fido. Mama's getting there, buddy. Oh, Daddy got him. Okay. So I think this one's probably bigger than most of my pockets that I have. So I'm probably going to have to do one of my make my own pocket things because it's taller, longer. But there you go on a magnet. We'll slide it in. It just needs to go into one of my, like one of these, you know? So let's just do that. All the dies from earlier that were on my desk. Oh, go in there. So I make these from Dollar Tree Supplies. And I think there's a video on it. I don't know. See, that fits in there much better. Okay. Now I can put this in a drawer. This is going to go in the bin of stuff that I've done that I don't know what I'm doing with it. Okay. You know, it goes in the packages. All right. So this will go with, I think, shapes and envelopes. That seems like a logical place for that to be. In with the shapes and envelopes. Okay. All right. So, what else? Oh, these, if you weren't here yesterday and you missed this, these stamp presses should be here sometime this week. They're currently in New Jersey, but they're held up by a storm. But these are coming. They should be here, like I said, probably by the end of the week. And I have a few of them coming in. I know I haven't had them in the shop in a while. But I ordered them back in because somebody requested them. So I ordered a few. I figured while I was at it, you know, because for this one, there's a shipping charge, but it's the same no matter how many I buy. So I figured, and they were on sale. So, you know, they weren't on sale. I just get a discount if I order more of them. And I'm cheap. So let's be honest. God, what a mess I've got here. Hold on. I got to get the little shit. There's like dust all over my desk. All right. Let's clean this mess up. Piece of cut paper that doesn't want to come up. All right, little shit. All right, so let's see, what do we got? What do we have for today? Oh, I know what we can do today. Give me a second. I gotta get these things. They're over here. I think they're over here. There's some of it. Hold on. Okay. Ooh. And then that. And we got that. And then that. We got that. Let's get this. What's in here? I just saw it. There it is. Okay. Hi, Michelle. I'm being a very messy girl right now. Okay. All right, so I got these. I got the wrong ones. Okay. Because they come in. No, I guess not. These are actually bigger. We can do this. Okay. Hold on. Harry, you weird cat. Knock it off. All right, so remember we did this little guy on our kid day? And we said, we've got to do, you know, something with it. Harry's over there stealing stuff out of one of my Gramercy cards. So I went and I got the faux snow. Now, I know I have faux snow someplace. I just don't know where it is. This stuff is as messy as messy can get. But we're going to, if you get one of these, you can get these at the Dollar Tree. You're going to want to carefully pry up this lid, this cork that's in here, the corky, because you want to get that out. I will tell you, this does seal really well for liquid. The Harry Potter crystal balls we did, I still have them, and they still have water in them. Just we don't get it. I know, right? Fuzzy balls, fuzzy balls. It's time for fuzzy balls in the craft room.
Okay, I know it's underneath here.
What did he get?
I don't know.
Usually it's washi tape. I don't know what it is. All right, so
A little plastic.
something rather.
Look, purple lidded thing about eBay.
Oh, that's his.
Oh.
It's you know those little things that I keep the dauber heads in. I have some little ones for him to play with. Okay, so ball. Remember, it's going to go this way. So whatever you put in here, remember, it's, you know, but this thing goes all the way up, so it's flat. So whatever you put up here, you're going to have a little bit of a difference level down here, okay? First things first, though, we want to put our snowman on here. I'm going to get rid of this because I know we made it for an ornament, but we want to stick it in here. And so this is going to be a disaster. I know it is, but we're going to do it anyway. So that's our snowman. He's going to get glued on here. I'm hoping he's not going to fit. He's not going to fit. Not if he has a hat on. He'll be scorched. Nah, he'll be fine. Okay. All right. Little bit of hot glue. I have to get a new hot glue gun, guys. I hate this one. Hot glue. Okay. Faux snow. God, here it goes. Ominous, dominus, erect. Sure. Oh, this is going to be a mess. Seriously, why don't they seal this bag? They don't seal it so it can get everywhere. Okay, so we're going to put some snow in our snow globe. That's enough. Shush. Shush. Okay. Then I'm going to take my snowman, and he's going to go in here. Now, remember, because there's snow in there, it's going to be even tighter than it was. Okay, here we go. Hot glue. Hot glue. Because you don't want the grandkids pulling this thing out. Hot glue. Note to self, do not burn yourself with the hot glue. And then beat the crap out of it to try and get the snow to come down. Put the bottom on it. We have our snowman snow globe. There's no water in there. I know. It's a dry snow globe. But it's fun. Anyway, so you guys get the idea. If you want a wet snow globe, you have to go look at my Harry Potter ones. Those look like crystal balls, you know, from the Harry Potter movie. And they're fun. But that's it. That's, you know, it's a dry snow globe. So, but you can pick these up for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. And I think you get six of these little snowmans at Snob, and it comes with everything. I do have a recommendation, though, when you're using the scarves. They have like a thin piece of stabilizer on the back of them. Tear that off. Just rip it off. It peels right off. But you get a more stretchy scarf, and it looks more realistic. It's not. Because if you use it with the paper on the back, it looks like the freaking flag on the moon. You know what I mean? You don't want that. But yeah, he's melting in there. I can tell he's melting because his hat is all scorched. But you could shave some off the bottom if you want it to like show completely. You could shave some off the bottom because nobody's going to see the bottom because of the snow. Okay. Look, we craft in real time around here. I can tell you guys that I got this one off of Amazon. Not worth your money. Just not worth your money. Don't do it. It's caca. He's caca. Speaking of caca, we're gonna get the caca out here. All right, on the snow globe. This is the first year I've ever seen them actually put in. Make your own shatterproof water globe. Plastic snow globe, hot melt, adhesive, glue gun, glitter or fake snow, water, and a small figurine or ornament. Sand both the bottom of the focal piece and the interior seal of the snow globe where the focal piece will be placed, and allow this for better adhesion once glued. We didn't do that part. Use the glue gun to glue your small figurine or ornament to the interior seal of the snow globe. Let it dry thoroughly. 24 hours. If you're using hot glue, people, it's like instantly. Fill the globe container with water or baby oil. Oh my God, but leave enough room to put the scene inside without it overflowing. Coat the interior sides of the interior seal of the snow globe with glue and push into globe. See additional information in to prevent leaking section below. Turn globe container upside down with the exterior base now on the counter to stabilize. This will keep the glue from dripping. Set aside, let dry, then screw on the exterior base. Shake and enjoy. Here's the leak prevention stuff. With the focal piece pointed down into the water, carefully and firmly push the interior seal into the opening by carefully working around in a clockwise manner until the interior seal is evenly placed with the rim of the globe container. Does this mean if I go counterclockwise, it will leak? Give a soft squeeze to the ball. Oh, that's scary. Yes, ma'am. She's in the face hole group. All right. So obviously, I haven't planned anything for today. Not really. But we're going to try. So we tried to make the thing the other day, and it did not work. And I'm looking at these. Now, these are from Seasonal Goods, Christmas House, and these are from Crafter Square. So they are different manufacturer. I guess they are kind of different. This is 1.5. This is 1.5. But I'm telling you, these look different size to me. Don't they look different size? Well, so get your hot glue gun out. Because we're going to make a snowman. I'm on a snowman thing. I like snowman. What can I say? All right, so we're going to let these puff up a little bit. Why? Because they're not puffy. They're flat from being in the bag. It's like it's like a sleeping bag. You know, you got to let it breathe. Now, I have to tell you, these are made from quilt batting. You hear Puffy? Carla! Okay. So they're really made from quilt batting. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of floof it, floof it, floof it. Hot glue it. And then this one. Floof it, floof it, floof it. Middle. This is his little head. It's a little head. I don't know about y'all, but when I made snowmen as a little kid, they were never perfect. The bottom ball was always way too big, and then there was never enough snow left to make the next two balls. So I always had fat-ass snowmen. All right. So we're going to let him cool. And then if anybody missed this the other day, I'm going to show you how to do it again. Look, Mike works from home. Somebody has to do the sexual harassment around here. Excuse me. Okay. And that. Okay. All right. So no, much bigger. You need a bigger one. Bigger one. Bigger one. I need me a bigger circle. Doo-doo-doo. Little one. Little one. I need a little circle. Yeah, sure, why not? Because that is way too small. Oh, hi guys. Let's see. We're gonna use this one. Middle, come out of there. I didn't want to have to pull the whole thing out, but apparently I'm going to. Okay. 2 circles. Ta-da! Die cut. 1 small, 1 larger. Okay? Don't shame me for my machine. It's a disaster. Do you have to do this out of black? No, you don't. If you want your snowman to have a rainbow hat, you do it in rainbow. Whatever color you want, baby, it's your snowman. Black is just gender neutral. I'm kidding. Good Lord. What a bunch of crap. Okay. That one. This is 110 pounds, so it is a little bit more difficult to cut.
Call from Las Vegas, NE.
Oh, it's that whole city calling me again.
Call from Las Vegas, NE. Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
2 circles. Can you use a punch? Absolutely. Should I have used a punch? Probably. Did I? No. Why? Because I don't think about those things. All right. I like my hat to be about 1 inch tall. Can it be taller? Yes. 1.25 inches? Sure. Why not? Maybe this snowman's Abraham Lincoln. I don't know. That's what you need. 3 pieces. A big circle, a little circle, and a piece for the actual hat. A hat band if you want one. I don't know. Maybe you do hat bands. All right. So first thing, see this? I don't know about you guys, but my paper isn't round. Let's round it. Just put it on something round, put your finger on it and pull it. Oh, and it rounds. The smaller your piece, the tighter the round gets. If you want, roll it. It's entirely up to you. I like it to be very pliable. Why? Because I have carpal tunnel and I don't like to play with things for very long. It's called attention deficit. Okay. Now, going to figure out how much of this I need. This, and it's a lot less than what I have here. Cut that off. Can you do the little flappy things? Yes, yes, you can, if that's the way you want to do this. If you want to do the little flappy things, then you do you, boo, and you do the little flappy things. I don't feel the need to do the little flappy things. So I'm going to put glue on here. Let me get out my glue bottle. But if you feel that you need to put a hole in the bottom piece and cut little flappies and stick that through, and you do you, okay? This is the way I do it. I'm cranky today. Yeah, as long as Rose is here, you're safe, Arlene, because Rose is snarky. And baby, if you can hear me, stomp your feet. Although I have to say, I do know how to get back to Rose. She's talked to her granddaughter. Okay, glue around the top here. This is the crown of the hat. Glue. Push your hat onto your glue. Wiggle it just a little bit. Just a little bit. To kind of smooch the glue. Carla's lippy. Yes, you are, Arlene. You're always a little sweetie. All right, then glue on here. Again, this is why I said if you want to do the little flappy thing and cut a hole there and put the flappies through, you go ahead and do you. You know, I like to do stuff the hard way. So I'm going to try and get glue right on the ridge of this edge of this 110-pound cardstock. And then I'm going to put it on here. And hold it. Now, that is our glitter glue, so it will dry clear, so I'm not really worried about it, but I'm going to hold it for a minute. Yeah. I have the memory of an elephant. If you need a thumping, you're going to get it. You don't know when, but it's going to happen. Now, you can use whatever you want. You can use ribbon. You can use this tiny little piece of paper, whatever you want. I think I have a scrap of paper on the floor over here. It's been here for a while. Let's use it. Nope, the cat finally took it. Nope, there it is. I found it. It's like a leftover scrap of red cardstock. Yeah, definitely an Abraham Lincoln hat. Oh, good Lord. Well, I'm glad he quit too then. All right, so we have that. You know what? I seem to remember that Frosty the Snowman had a flower on the front of his hat. So let's see. I know I have some little teeny flowers. Oh, you know what? I think it should be made out of ice. I do. I think it should be a little ice flower. Let's see if I have any. I don't think I do, but we're going to look. I don't think I do. I thought I might, but I don't have butterflies though. Little crystal butterflies. Okay. So he needs a tiny little flower for his hat because I don't think I want that color though. That one. Okay. Because I seem to remember that he had one. Frosty the Snowman had a hat, a flower on his hat. So he did, right? Doopity doop doop doopity doop 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 doop. I don't know. Could be the mandala thing. Everybody and their mother keeps pulling that thing out. Oh, you know, I remember this, and that's not the way it is. Okay. Now, obviously, hot glue to put this on, but he needs a face. He needs a face. I need a pokey tool. One. Oh my God. Two. I'm not giving him a mouth though. I don't need him to talk. Three. I'll draw the mouth. All right. And then he needs eyeballs. He needs a nose. Ha-ha. Nose. There. Okay. And some eyeballs. Needs little eyeballs, not too big. All right, so these are candy dots. Pain in the butt to work with. Because they like to live on this sheet and nowhere else. Eyeball. Probably going to have to glue these to keep them on here. Don't know. He's cockeyed. She's going to change the bed sheets. The nose doesn't want to stay. Yes, I should probably use Fabri-Tac. Did I? No. Do I care? Not really. Probably should have cut all of these pieces out of felt, but I'm not going to sit here and cut tiny little circles out of felt. No. All right. His hat. When they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Does he need arms? Yes. Did I make them? No. But I did make a little snowman. He's cute. I'm going to keep him right there. Probably, most likely, what I should have done is gotten out a big jewelry pin and put a big jewelry pin through him to give him some stability. And a jewelry pin will go through him. But I didn't do that. Should I be fired for my transgression? Probably. Is anybody going to do it? Nope. Watch, I'll have a conversation. Hey, CEO, yeah? I think we ought to fire that host. Why? Well, she doesn't do stuff right. Yeah, but people kind of sort of like her. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem, huh? Yeah, so I guess we'll keep that brat around. End of meeting. Here's your half the bag will go away. Okay. What else we got that we have to get done today? Not a whole lot. Okay. So we're going into the new year. Pencil. 2026. All right, guys, what do you want to see this year? We need challenge ideas for the Projects of 26 challenge. Now, one idea that's been floated out there is Rolodex cards. So that's been floated. Male strippers. Yes, male strippers. Let's see them. I don't think I can get them on the show. Well, I could, if they were tiny little strippers. Okay, sorry. Okay. So Rolodex has been thrown out there. Another idea that's been thrown out there was to go back and do the one that we did where you had a project and a theme, like tag purple, that kind of a thing. Altered indexes. And I'm going to put this one on the list because it, project theme. And that one we can do weekly. You know what I mean? That one doesn't have to be a monthly. Altered index cards, you kind of get a little bored on that one, so we might do that one monthly. Rolodex cards would probably be like monthly. But the project theme can be a weekly. So, if you have any other ideas, the single signature was good. I have had people say that they would like to try that one again. Only because for people that have never made a journal, that is a very easy way to kind of break into making journals, file folder pockets. Like, I had somebody say something like doing stuffed pockets. So maybe not file folder pockets, but maybe file folder projects. So we got that. Do I do file folder projects? I'm queen of the file folder. I have so many different file folder projects. Almost as many pockets. What else? All right, so we got some ideas going for the Project of 26 challenge. Also, somebody suggested that I host a collab. I don't know. I'm going to put a survey in. You guys tell me if you think it's cool. Okay, we'll do that. All right. So what are some, we are definitely going to do the same thing that we did last year, where you send me suggestions anonymously of the journal that you would like, and I will make that journal for you. We're going to do that again this year because I had a good time with it last year. Oh my God. Rose is driving me nuts. Somebody shoot me, please. Unalive me. I didn't mean that. YouTube, please do not put that suicide prevention disclaimer on my video. Oh my God, they do that stuff. Another ephemera swap. So we could, let's talk about some swaps. So we could do another ephemera. Let's see. We could do a tag swap too. We could do a tag swap, like not decorated, but like, because everybody has like different tag dies and stuff. So maybe like if you have like tag dies or different ways that you do tags, we could do that. We could do a tag swap. That would always be fun. Like where you swap like 5 tags or something. I'm thinking about bringing back the mystery swap game. Now, if you weren't around long enough to remember the mystery swap game, we did this years and years and years ago. If you're willing to play with me, I will draw a name out of everybody who's willing, and I will send you up to 3 craft items. Not necessarily things you would normally use. I might send you for instance, this key. Obviously, I would send you more than 1 key, though, but I could send you keys, some of this netting, and a file folder. I could send you these 3 items. Yes, so tag bases. So it would be tag bases. And then you send me 3 craft items. Now, your 3 craft items might be picture corners, some weird paper, and here we go, an envelope full of numbers. You have to make something out of what I send you. I have to make something out of what you sent me. And we post pictures of what we came up with. Okay? So that is basically the mystery swap game. You don't know what I'm sending you, and I don't know what you're sending me. But we only have like a certain amount of time to figure out a project. Okay? This is not intended to be something that's expensive to ship. I don't expect anybody to send anything that costs more than like $4 to ship. Okay. And if you want my project back, if you want that project, I will send it back to you. Absolutely. Yeah. Arlene, I can make a doll with that. So the mystery swap is on the table. As far as, that's not a group thing. That's a me thing. If somebody wants to, you can make a doll in anything. Let's be honest. By the way, how are you doing on doll hair? I haven't sent you any doll hair in a while. Let me know if you need doll hair. I'll look. I always find it. Like, for some reason, I'll walk in a place and there'll be like 5 bags of doll hair. Okay, I'll take those. So that's on the table. So we have an ephemera swap, a tag base swap. How about, do you guys want to do again plenty of doll hair? Okay. The die cut swap. Does anybody want to do that one again? Or was that kind of a... So if you can think of other swaps that you want to do, let me know. That's more for the group than the channel, but let me know, and we'll do that. Once I get a die cutting machine, once you get a die cutting machine, you become addicted to that machine. So we could do a paper swap. The thing with the paper swap is that you send somebody like 5 sheets of paper from your collection. They send 5 sheets to somebody. And all you do is cut them to 8.5 by 11, so you can fit them in a 9 by 11 envelope. So because they fit in a regular, this size envelope. So, and the idea is it's like 5, like we did a washi tape swap last year. If you guys want to do that one again, we can get that on the list. To get the Sizzix Vintage fixed. What's wrong with your Vintage? Because I know it's an older machine. And I know that it was used when you got it, but what's wrong with it? The upper roller is sticking badly. Oh, man. Yeah, you really can't get them fixed unless you know somebody who will open it for you. Like your fella might do it. You can open it. But sometimes the problem with that is some of the... Okay, the original red and white machine, the gears in it are metal. The gears in like all of the machines they made after that are freaking plastic. So it may not be that it's sticking. It may be that it's not catching anymore. See if you can get your fella to open it up. If he can open it up, he might be able to fix it. Sometimes you can replace the wheel. The bearing on the wheel is all it needs. But yeah, I would say it's probably a better idea for you to get a machine. If that one is crap. If it's falling apart, it's not working, get a new one. Hey, B. See, I love my dies and my embossing folders. I love them. And I use them all the time. Not so much on this channel. I do sometimes when I'm making tags and stuff for here because, but I use them a lot in my card making. I make cards. I also make gift boxes, which is why you see every Christmas I do a series of gift boxes for strange shaped things, small items that you want to put in a box. This year we're doing candy boxes because everybody wanted candy boxes. Now, there's something that we haven't done. We could do an embossing swap where you take your embossing folders and emboss paper. Like, because they're like 5 by 7. Emboss the paper and then like send like a bunch of those to somebody. We could do an embossing swap. I think that sounds fun. Hey, Miss Patty Ann. So, we have some ideas, and you guys know the best way to email me or hold on, I gotta give these to the doggy. Hey, doggy. She's looking at me like, can I have my apples now? Because she usually gets apples in the morning, and I didn't give them to her. They're sitting on my desk, and she's like, oh, please, mama. The Gemini dyes will work in the regular machines. Absolutely, they work in the regular machines. But some of them are too wide. Some of the Gemini dyes are very wide, and you need a wider machine for those. But, if you take a piece of paper that's about this size, this is about the size you can put in an embossing folder, and emboss it. We could send 5 or 10 of these to somebody and do it as a swap. So maybe you get something you don't have, Scrapbook has a good one, cheap-ish. Cheap-ish. What is cheap-ish? We're going to find out. The Platinum 6? Is that the one you're talking about? Or the new and improved Big Shot die cutting machine for $144.99. Platinum Scout, that's a mini one. Let me see here. Oh, we played around with a couple of things. You still can't find your dies. Oh, it's Sweet Tea and Roses. Hold on, I'll put it in there. It's roses. Yeah, that one. And for everybody who's just coming in, let me grab this other one. So so Rose is doing the same collab that I'm doing. She actually is the one that made me do it. So keep in mind that she's done a 2-part. So you got to go over to her channel, watch it, because that is going to help you get more entries. So on hers, she's got a link in her description box to the link tree that tells you everybody that's participating. Go and watch their videos, follow the instructions, and do what you're supposed to do in order to enter the collab, the drawings, because they're giving away junk journal kits. They're giving away, and there's some on the 3 different Facebook groups and 1 on a YouTube channel. So you have to go watch all of those. Okay. So that's Rose's stuff right there. So she says it's going to be 3 parts. So that's Rose's link. And then here, I'm going to put this in. Guys, this is Marie's link. If anybody doesn't know, Eastern Girls Crafting, that's Marie. Everybody say hi to Marie. She's new here. Let's go over and subscribe to her channel because she needs subscribers. She's got a couple of videos posted. So, let's give her some support, right? Yeah, you need more to do with time now that you can't go outside. Okay, so we took our little snowman from the other day, and we put him in the snow globe, and we added some snow in there, and he does not exactly fit, but we smushed him down, and now he has snow on his hat, and his hat is all crinkled. But we did our little snow globey, and then I got the pom-poms, and we made, he needs arms still. I still got to get him some arms, but we made this little guy. I don't know what my obsession is with snowmen this year. Next year, I'll probably do reindeer, but I've been doing snowmen this year. And this is Frosty because that's his, his hat. We did that. So that's what we did today. Nothing really, out there. Let's see. So, okay, so we're back on this thing. So if you haven't had a chance, go over and sub to Marie because, we like to do that. Also, when you're over at Rose's, make sure you guys are subscribed to Rose. She's going to start doing videos again. For a while, she had to kind of take time off because she has her grandbaby. And her grandbaby's very young. And so, she was a baby, and she couldn't do that kind of stuff. So, she didn't have time. She was taking care of a baby. And it's her first grandbaby. So, you guys know. If you know, you know. So, so if you can go and subscribe, make sure you are subscribed to Rose and that YouTube hasn't like unsubscribed you because you weren't watching any videos and she wasn't putting any videos out. This is for Marie. And go to channel. Grab link. Copy. And this one is Rose's. Okay. So that's both of those. So make sure you do that. And like I said, they're giving away like junk journal kits and stuff. So go do that. Also, I have some questions for the shop. Are you guys interested in a junk journal kit, like an actual paper book, like the chipboard cut to the right size, and the paper go inside of it, and like maybe some wallpaper for covering or something? Are you guys into something like that? Is that something that you would like to see either in the sales or in the shop? If so, let me know. And what sizes? Oh God, yes. Oogie, the one that made me the grandma, Shay, she's still a grandma's girl. Like she went on my trip with me this last trip. She went on my trip with me and just hysterical. We are just, the two of us we're so alike. It's disgusting. Well, we all do. Some naked journals. We could put that on the list. Possible nakeds. So we have all those kinds of things. I will be telling you guys when to start sending them in, probably in January. So start thinking now of what you want. Like if you could do it. Remember, when we do this, it is anonymous. As soon as your card comes in, I don't even look at them. When it's just a regular envelope and it comes into me, I have Mike rip them open, throw the envelopes away, and just give me the card. Okay? 1 entry per person, please. You're going to take a 3x5 index card. You're going to write on it in as basic a print as you possibly can what your idea is, Dr. Seuss. Okay? And then what style you would want. Do you want a regular journal? Do you want a traveler's notebook style? I think those are the only two we're doing right now. Yeah, those are the two. I'm only doing traveler's notebooks and regular journals, standard journals. So you write on there, what style you would like and what theme you would like, and you put it on a 3x5 index card or 3x5 piece of paper, and you mail it to me. And then I will go through on a deadline date. I will go through and I will pick one. And that is the one that I will make. Okay. I don't, and doing it this way, it's blind. I don't know whose journal I'm making. I do ask if you got one before, if you've got one in like that kind of a situation before, that you not enter or know that you're going to donate it to somebody else, whatever. Or if I pick yours, you can tell me to pick again.
Shirley, thank you so
But
much.
I like having the
Appreciate
ideas. I still have the
that.
ones from
You
last year.
verified the PIN number
From this
for
last
the
year,
ID
I kept them,
system. I'm just bringing up your account now.
No alien kitties on Mars. People, these have to be realistic suggestions. One of these days, I am going to make an alien kitty on Mars journal and just send it to Arlene, just so she can go, da, 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 da.
And do you have 2 accounts? Is the initial account?
So all
Okay.
kinds of stuff, guys. If you have an idea on what our projects of 25 challenge should be, email me or instant message me, whatever. Maybe put it in the comments, whatever you want to do. Give me an idea, of what you're thinking, and we'll see which one we work with. I'll let you guys know at New Year's Eve on the New Year's Eve bash. Also, swaps for the year so far, we have like an ephemera swap, tag-based swap, an embossed paper swap. So Patty Ann will be doing it after the first of the year. I'll tell you guys when to start, but keep an idea that we're going to be doing that. Also, the mystery swap game. I'm going to be putting a thing up in the group probably at the beginning of the year. If you want to play the mystery swap game with me, just put your name in there that you want to play it. Also, don't forget to sign up for Whamageddon.
Right. Let me get you to the right group.
The post is in the group. If you want to play, make sure that you write playing in the comments, because when you get sent to Wamhala, you're going to come back and put in when you got sent to Wamhala. Okay.
Right, but that would be for your business. So I have found your account with the residential account with your
so we'll
video services on it.
We'll get to those announcements and stuff. But right now we're looking for ideas. There is a suggestion that I host a collab of some kind, and that we possibly do some naked journals. And when I'm doing a naked journal, I do it kind of like I do the grimoires. They're very, 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 very minimum.
Right.
So we've got all of that stuff. What else?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to.
We could do another washi swap. Somebody wanted to do one of those.
And that is where your video services are. Your business services are just telephone. Your residential services.
It's a naked. It's going to be a naked journal. So that's what's going on there. Now, don't forget Sunday mornings, the not so family friendly feud.
Well, when I get you there, ask them for the appropriate phone number for when your video service.
Okay, so I'm being really devious this month. So our December project challenge of the month. Excuse me. Projects of 25 challenge for December is wrapping paper, whatever kind of wrapping paper you want to use, and or snow.
Okay,
snow.
Let's get a hold of an agent for you to
figure it out.
Discuss your video issues, okay? All right, please. Right, I will give them all the appropriate information and then transfer you over. Okay.
Monday's video is the Monday Mixed Media Mini Morsel. So you can check that one out. Know that there's probably going to be another video coming that week, because I don't like that to be the only video. So, but I don't have anything slated, and that's usually because I have something I'm thinking about. Craft with me tonight. No, tonight. Tonight's idea book project is going to be the library pockets. So if you don't come around in the evenings, you're a morning person. Let me show you what we do in the evenings. So in the evenings, we do these kind of crafting with me things. And this is my idea book. These are things that I've done that I kind of want to keep a record of, so that I can actually take it, and I actually use sticky dots to put them in my book, so that I can take this and put it into my journal and go, yeah, this is gonna work, or no, this is not going to work. It's too big. It's too small. Do I need to change the size of it? Also, wherever I put my dupes, I have some Tim Holtz dupes that I do frequently. We might do some of those live. I don't know. But, we have all different kinds of things in here, and we get together on Thursday nights, and we make different ones of these projects that you can then put in your idea book. You don't have to have a scrapbook to do this. If you have a 3-ring binder and some freaking cardstock, you can poke some holes in it and make one of these things on a 3-ring binder, and then you can take the whole page out if you want to. I know a lot of people do this in journal format, like they make a journal and they roll this in.
But business support, calling on a
I don't want to waste all the pretty paper doing that. You know what I mean? So, and then like some of my, this was a viewer request project.
Oh, fantastic. Unfortunately, I've got a residential customer for you who also seems to have a business account.
I think this was
they're more interested in the
viewer request. I know this one was. So, you know, sometimes we get a viewer request and I do stuff.
Number,
this is, you know, different stuff. So
that site ID is 3.
We have all of that. And you know, we go through and we do our little projects and we put them in here so that we can look at them later. So I think we're doing,
you'll find it says
pretty sure that we're doing library pockets tonight. Bye, honey.
Sure.
That is actually a scrapbook, and I believe I got it through American Crafters. It's an actual scrapbook, like a vintage style scrapbook. But yeah, I think it's through American Crafters. All right, so we have that coming up. Tomorrow we have a craft with me. I don't remember what the hell it is. We'll figure it out. Saturday Mixed Media, Sunday the game, the not so family friendly feud. Remember, please don't bring children. Because you know we're gonna be a bunch of 12-year-old boys in there, so you know.
I'm transferring Shirley to you because she has a residential account.
I am going to.
She is having issues with her video services.
Where is it? Right there. I'm going to put this on here because I want to, you know, mark this page for later.
Well, I mean, I've got
6
Shirley
p.m.
on the other
my time,
line
7, 8,
waiting
9,
for
so it'd
you
be 9
to
o'clock your
export
time, baby.
the video services.
So
sorry, you just need to send hits to a box.
We got all that kind of stuff. That's where we're at. Listen, I've been here long enough taking up your time. I've been here almost 2 hours. I need to go take my sugars and, you know, all of that stuff. What else? So I got stuff to do. And I got to get stuff ready for tonight. And it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like after 12 here. Let's see. That's it. That's all I got. Listen, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe. Why not, right? Because
my name's Mike.
I'm going to offend you.
Support.
And if I'm going to offend you,
customer to you for video services.
If I'm going to offend you, I want you to be here for it, okay?
I cannot work on residential accounts. I'm handing a residential customer over to you.
What else?
You are video support for residential services,
so,
correct?
6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 East.
Are you ready for this customer? They've been on hold almost 5 minutes now.
He's gonna need a break after this.
All right, let me go back and refresh my customer and let her know that you're bringing up the account, okay? I'll be right back.
All right. So if you would like to know what's going
Shirley,
on
this is Mike again.
in my world, in my digital world, I haven't updated it yet. I do promise I'm going to do that. I haven't done it since October. But we're going to get rid of October, November. So there's going to be all kinds of stuff in here starting in December. So you're going to have December, January, February. If you want to know what's going on in my digital world, if you want to know if I'm doing a free class, I do free video classes. Usually like one a month, once every 6 weeks or so. And they're step-by-step, very broken down. I do a lot of tutorials. I'm kind of a tutorial type gal. I do a lot of folios and things like that. So if you want to know when those things are coming up and what videos I've got coming out, that's a great resource for you. You can get that here on the community tab on the YouTube channel or the comment, whatever they call it, posts, community, whatever they're calling it now. You can get it up there or you can get it off the Facebook group. It's pinned to the top of the Facebook group. Also, what else? Oh yeah, if you want to cyber stalk
Liz?
me, go down to the description box below, click on more. It's going to tell you my Instagram. I'm trying, Arlene. My Instagram. It's going to tell you my Facebook. It's going to give you my email address. It's going to tell you how to reach my
All right.
Pinterest. Everything. It's all down there.
All right.
You can
So
cyber stalk me.
Shirley
That's it, guys.
came through on
Until
the
I see you
IVR
again.
on my
Stay
side.
well, my
Haven't
friends.
already
I
seen
love you
you
guys.
in-
Bye-bye.
on the business account. Okay? Just so you're aware. All right?